Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Man, that first Spawn movie was
You know what? It was
for the time. Yeah, it was great. But
because
man,
you know why they were trying to get away from that Batman and Superman. Because Batman and Robin had messed up. It had messed up comic book movies so much.
Yeah.
So they were trying to do something different.
Well, I mean, all the power to them.
Yeah. I mean,
Spawn is an interesting character to do.
It is.
Have you ever seen that one comic panel where he's walking through hell?
Yep.
And he's got like all the Marvel and DC heroes caged up and all their arms are sticking out.
Look, man, Spawn is a pretty dark character. I remember I saw the show on HBO, and the stuff they talked about in there is not for kids.
No, not at all.
It's not. It's damn near not even suitable for adults.
Yeah. So it looks like they tried to make one in around 2018. Jamie Foxx was going to star, or he was on board to star. Who played in the first one? Jaleel White?
No, Michael J. White.
Michael J. White. That Jaleel White.
Jaleel White, Steve Urkel, huh? If Steve Urkel plays Spawn...
I get them mixed up a little bit, all right? Name...
Let me tell you something. If Steve Urkel played Spawn, that would have been badass. You know that would have been badass. Howdy ho, neighbor.
He could have been the Mask.
He could have been.
Urkel stick with the mask.
He could have been. Well, I think Spawn and Mask actually coexist somewhat.
Oh, they might have been by the same guy.
I think
Have you
so.
seen the original Mask comics?
Yeah, I have.
They're insane.
Oh, they're sick.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're sick. I seen them at the comic book store.
Yeah, I'm surprised someone hasn't tried to do an accurate version of that.
They should.
That would almost be on the level of The Boys.
Oh, that would be so dope
right?
if somebody did that.
Gory, action comic.
Give me an idea.
Crazy comic-y. Yeah. Because it would be kind of like Deadpool, but a little bit more raunchy and gory, I think.
Because that's pretty much what it is. Mask is pretty much Deadpool.
Yeah.
But Deadpool was a lot darker. Well, for what they did with Marvel.
Mask was pretty dark.
But Mask is pretty dark too as well, though. Yeah, you're right.
I think at one point they have a lady Mask.
Mm-hmm.
The mask gets, passed on a couple times.
Yep.
I think the original, whoever Jim Carrey's character was in the mask, I forget the guy's
Stanley
name.
Ipkiss.
Stanley Ipkiss. I was going to say that, but I couldn't remember if that was the guy from the mask or some other character. I think in the comics he gets killed off or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he dies, and then that's how the mask gets
passed
sent
on
somewhere else. Yeah, somebody else picks it up after that.
Yeah, that'd be cool though.
Yeah. So it looks like for the King Spawn movie, they're looking at a $8 million horror movie budget.
That's cool. That's fine.
It's being written by Matt Mixon, or it was written by, I should say, Matt Mixon, Malcolm Spellman, and Scott Silver. No specific release date yet. We just have a script and we have a font. But yeah, they're finally getting the ball rolling on this. I'm glad you brought this up because I saw a thing about it the other day and I just didn't click on it. I didn't think
I've
been do it.
I've been wanting another Spawn movie for a long time. I'm a big fan of Spawn. I'm a big fan of that character. I'm a big fan of the lore of that character.
Yeah.
And it's like Batman mixed with everything of your worst nightmares.
Yeah.
And I've always had some of appreciation for it, even in the movie. And I feel like, the movie's kind of ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm.
If that movie would have been done now, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But I like that they're going on an $8 million. Is this $8 million, right?
Yeah, $8 million budget.
I like that.
Which is small for a movie nowadays.
Well, you know why? Because probably if they still choose Jamie Foxx, he's gonna eat up most of that budget.
Yeah.
So they probably let's keep it within the 8.
I don't think they would. Honestly, they'd probably go for somebody a little bit nameless.
Hopefully not Michael B. Jordan.
I don't think they would do Michael B. Jordan either. I don't know. Michael B. Jordan, his career seems like he's evolved past doing a Spawn.
Well, you know what though? I will admit, because Creed, I guess you can say Creed is his franchise, right? That's his franchise.
That's his current franchise.
So he has a franchise.
Yeah.
But
he also just doesn't seem like the type of guy who's in the market to do another superhero movie.
He's not
anytime soon. He was the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four reboot, and then he was Killmonger in Black Panther, and I'm sure he's probably got a contract set up with them to kind of pop in and out whenever they need him in whatever way, shape, or form.
I know he has a vampire movie coming out with him, and
he does. That's right.
Yeah, he has that coming out. Haley Steinfeld is in there as well.
Yeah,
and I also know that I remember a few years ago, way before DC started doing stuff around that time, he was in talks to play Superman, that Marvel character.
Yeah, the Black Superman.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I remember because we would have conversations about that.
Yeah, it was just very small, little minute conversations.
Yeah.
And I know they got scrapped from the table, but I know he's also producing some stuff for DC too as well.
Right.
Static Shock.
Is he?
Yeah, he wanted. Yeah, well, at that time he wanted to produce a show, a movie for Static Shock, and never happened.
They need to pull the trigger on that.
They
just need to do it.
I'm pretty sure they will eventually.
They just need to That would make money. That would probably be DC almost on the same level of DC's Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. That'd be amazing if you can get that done.
Yeah, that and Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
I've been saying it.
Yeah,
I'll say it until they finally do it. But those are the two movies that are gonna get the money.
Oh, don't get me started on Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, like I say, I'm perfectly fine with another Spawn movie. It's been needed. You know what? I want that more than I want Hellboy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm tired of seeing Hellboy.
You know what though? That new Hellboy movie, from what I've seen from like actual fans of the comics, a lot of people are really excited about it. Like after the initial reaction and the initial like, oh, it doesn't look like the same or whatever. From what I've seen in the Hellboy community and the conversations and whatnot, it's a lot of people seem to be kind of down for it.
Well, at least it's done on a smaller budget.
Smaller budget. It's
God.
a smaller story. And it's like, yeah, maybe the makeup doesn't look exactly like Guillermo del Toro's, but also, as long as it's good and accurate, or as accurate as it can be to the books, I think people will probably enjoy it.
I mean, look,
more than you would think.
On a slow day, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I used to be sitting a bit time I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And when the marketing comes out, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some marketing for it. That's probably get us like, oh yeah. Man,
I think
I'll check
what
it
would
out.
help is if they fix the color correction a little bit on it.
Yeah, because you know they want to finish with it.
Yeah, because the color correction, if that's what they went for, they should probably change it. I don't know. It just looks so light. So it's almost black and white, but not quite. And maybe that is the artistic direction they're going with. But
I'm cool with it if it is.
But the comic books aren't like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know. I think if they fix that a little bit and they gave us kind of a better trailer or a better look at it,
I think a better trailer would be nice.
I think more people would be more excited for it.
But you know, this got to be it though, right? This has got to be
Hellboy?
it for Hellboy. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Hellboy.
yeah, it's the Hail Mary pass, I think.
Yeah, this
I mean,
is it.
How many more movies can you do? And this is a story ripped straight from the books.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people are excited about it, because they're like, look, if they get this right, maybe they can do other specific stories, you know, and not just what we've got from the last time and the time before that.
Let me ask you a question. So we have had come out. They're doing Crow,
Mm-hmm.
Hellboy, Spawn is on the table. Are you a big fan of these type of gothic grunge type movies? It's kind of in that same vein. All those three of those type of movies.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Those grunge.
I mean,
horror
they
type
definitely fit a vibe. I don't think they're bad.
They're cheap to make.
Yeah, they're on the cheaper side to make. They're more gritty and grounded, and I think that's a nice break in the colorful, goofy comic book movies. Look at Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
His DC universe, when he was kind of behind it. People did kind of like the grittiness of it. You know, it was something different, and also in a time where all the Marvel stuff is like happy-go-lucky, really comedic almost. To have that other brand kind of be the polar opposite of it was kind of a nice and a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And since James Gunn's DCU is going to go back to the more traditional comic book kind of style, like it will be nice to have that break up in your comic book films, your more pop culture films at this point, really.
It looks like he's going to have like more of a balance. I think James is going to have more of a balance with it.
Yeah.
And that's what Zack Snyder needed, was more of a balance.
Yeah, I mean,
he tried.
All of his stuff was like pretty dark
Yeah.
in scale. I mean, I think Aquaman was more
I was about to
the
say
lightest
Aquaman.
he's had.
Mhm.
I mean, because like Wonder Woman was pretty gritty in times.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, well, I mean, Shazam was also pretty lighthearted.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was. That's a long story with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm totally okay with this type of gritty horror. You know what? Anytime you can make a movie that's cheap, I'm all for it. Because I'm just getting tired of these. We talked about this last year. These $300 to $400, $1 million movies is just ridiculous.
Well, a lot of that also comes from the casting. That's the problem with these high budget films. It's like it's not high budget because they spend all the money on the sets and the background.
That's part
work
of it,
and
though.
stuff. It's part of it. But then when you look at the names in the movies, you're like, oh, that's where the money went.
Yeah, well, you got the names, and you also got the marketing.
Yeah,
Like Mission Impossible is gonna be ballooned up to like $400 million
yeah,
because that's marketing alone.
yeah. And
You know?
insurance on Tom Cruise.
Insurance on Tom
Let's
Cruise.
be honest. Yeah.
So anytime you can do an $8 million movie, and people are like, if you do an $8 million movie, it's gonna look horrible. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
There's ways to do it. We've done it before.
Yes, it's
we've
been
done
done
it before the movies got to this budget. Like you can you can still do practical effects and make it look good.
You can do a Spawn movie that's $8 million.
Yeah.
So
In
glad I
fact,
brought that
Spawn
up.
with less effects would probably be better.
They're probably even better.
I love Jacob and James on the go podcast because I can listen to it in the car or at home or on the go.